on the show again, we are talking about something very important because you've been in the organization for a very long time, mental health issues, and you've been thinking, what really can I do for myself? I've been thinking a lot in my organization, deadlines, I'm not well when it comes to my mental health and all that. But there is a summit coming up, that is the Ghana Health and Labor Summit, which will be tomorrow. But in studio for us to have details of whatever the summit is about is Manuel Cranton. He is the Executive Director of Mental Pulse Africa. And we have Alexander Kelvin Smith, who is the Communications Lead for Mental Pulse Africa. You are welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How are we doing?
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you.
Executive Director, Mental Pulse. Tell us about Mental Pulse.
Well, thank you very much, Philip. It's great to be here at ChannelOne Television. This is actually my first time entering your spanking new, studio. It's a really brilliant place. Talking about Mental Pulse Africa, well, this, in short, is an employee mental health and well-being advocacy organization. It's the very first of its kind in Ghana, and I dare say in West Africa. And the organization was born out of my personal experience, having worked in Ghana as well as in the UK. Now, essentially, my experience here, if I put that against what I do in the UK, shows me a stark difference in terms of the emphasis or the primacy that is put on the employee's well-being, whether it is mental health or physical health, as it relates holistically to their productivity at the workplace. And so, working and living in the UK, I thought, you know what, having experienced this, let me take that back home and make sure that for the hundreds of thousands of workers, if not millions of them, who work across the country, we begin to make employee well-being and their mental health the mainstay of conversations around employment in the country. So that's what we're all about at Mental Pulse Africa. And we are doing this, through a number of things. For instance, we're doing outreaches, we're doing presentations, we're doing, seminars, and what we're going to talk about this morning, which summit. Is the Ghana Health and Labor Summit.
But before that, what were some of the things you identified? Well, there is a gap, Ghana, UK. Things you identified that at least could be done better in this country to at least help employees who would wake up every morning and come to work, spend about 8 hours, if not more, at a particular workplace just to keep body and soul together.
Absolutely. Well, look, you know me. I used to work in a media space pretty much just as yourself, and you know how hectic our schedules are. I, for instance, used to do the 6 a.m. news on a radio station. I should say with Joy FM. So, you do very, very long hours, strenuous really. Plus, for people like yourself, Chris, myself, who are really passionate about the job, you tend to sometimes overcompensate. You tend to sometimes give too much of yourself to the job. And the essence of that is you begin to live to work rather than work to live, because the work is supposed to be a component of your entire life as a human being. In my case, in the past, the work became my life. And it all culminated into a very serious condition, and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Because of that, and this has got absolutely nothing to do with my employers, because at the time, I reckon that I received even so much more support than many others across the country. But I was not eating well. You're surviving on energy drinks. You're surviving on, fruit juices, fizzy drinks. You are doing Indomie at 11 p.m. That sort of thing.
You're always awake.
You're always awake, really sedentary lifestyles because you're behind the PC for long hours and all of those things. You're not exercising, you're not sleeping. And let nobody lie to you that sleep is for the weak or the lazy people. Sleep is the body's own way of, rejuvenating and self-regulating. So you need to do sleep. I was not doing a lot of that. So I ended up with type 2 diabetes. And then having left Ghana and working in the UK, I realized that, actually, no. Sometimes I was doing 50, 60 hours a week of work, Sunday to Sunday. There needs to be proper structures to make sure, so in the UK, the work week is typically between 35 37.5 hours to 40 hours a week if you're doing 8 to 5 job. So in Ghana, I don't know. I don't know what time people close from work. You know, apart from folks in the government sector who know that they close at
4 or 5.
For a lot of us, the job is really endless. You take work to your bed. You are doing your morning show host. You'll be doing research on your bed at midnight and all of that. So that is what we're trying to.
I really like this initiative, and I must say I'm very pleased that you people have taken up this challenge to deal with the issues of employees. Let's come to you, Alexander.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the summit itself. What does it hold? What are the things you're going to see at the summit? Who and who will be attending the summit? The focus of the summit.
So awesome. As Manos rightly said, Ghana Health and Labour Summit. It's between Mentor Pulse and partnership with the University of Ghana School of Public Health. And we'll be having the Honorable Minister for Labour and Employment Relations as the special guest of honor, who will be addressing, giving a keynote address. And also, because we're having it on the campus, we'll be having the Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana also giving an address at the event, at the summit. So most likely we have been specialized and experts who are into the health and labor conversations, who will be shaping up the conversations in drawing up policies for future references for government to take up on. So that's mainly what the summit is about.
And what time is it started?
It starts 9 a.m. at the University of Ghana Medical Center auditorium. There'll be a free health screening exercise as well, so we entreat people to come on time at exactly 9 a.m. And when we start a free, I think the 9 a.m. is the free health screening bit, and the event itself starts at 10 a.m. proper.
Are we supposed to pay something?
Oh, no, it's a free event.
Free?
Yeah.
It's absolutely paid for by the blood of Jesus. You don't have to worry about payment, yes.
It's a free event, and you just have to register by visiting our website, mentorpulseafrica.com. So when you visit, there's a registration section there where you could register and then attend.
So, Mano, I just want to find out from you, from what you've seen, what you've studied, what you've observed, do you think that people are in the workplaces and they are not excited, they are not happy, but they are just keeping going because at the end of the month they know that they'll receive something?
Absolutely. Look, the current situation that we have in Ghana is not a case of thriving. Employees are not thriving. Just 1 in 10 employees in Ghana are thriving in their current employment. And that's according to the 2025 Gallup report, which samples the state of the global workplace. In Ghana, 1 in 10. So if you are, in this room, I can count to close to 10 people.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one of us is happy working, but so a lot of us are not thriving in Ghana in our workplaces. What's worse, 7 out of 10 workers in Ghana are actively looking for a new opportunity to move out of their current job. So, of course, if you have people who are not excited and are not thriving in their workplaces, they definitely are going to be sampling options, and that's what's happening currently. And you get a sense that this affects productivity, because if people are not, happy or satisfied or what have you in their workplaces, it seeps through. There's presentees and people are sat behind their desks. A job that they're supposed to use, say, 30 minutes to do, they end up using 6 hours to do it. That's affecting the company's bottom line. So instead of organizations thinking about this as, an extra layer of cost, an extra line item of expenditure, we need to begin thinking about it as an investment. We're investing into productivity. Once the employees are thriving, then it translates into productivity for us. And the reason we're using the theme, mobilizing against non-communicable diseases, the role of workplaces in safeguarding employee well-being, is that, look, 1 in 2 deaths in a country are currently linked to non-communicable diseases. So you can talk about diabetes, hypertension, and all of the cardiovascular diseases that you can name. And that's scary. Very scary. Do you know what I mean? That's incredibly scary. And what's even worse is that all of these things are preventable. They're absolutely preventable, save for a few that are perhaps, hereditary and what have you. But those ones are really in the minority, right? So these are preventable stuff. Why don't we, if we know that the employee is spending up to a third of their day in the workplace. Why don't we begin
And even some
to
weekends.
some weekends? And I
In the
tell you,
media space, you can actually not take away weekends as well, because weekends you're actually here working. Over the weekend, I was here working.
tell me about it. Tell me about it, Philip.
You would have to work, and you have to stay through to like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and you go home, you have just a little sleep, you have to come back.
Yeah.
You're juggling with other things, family, work, and other additional things you would have to do. So it makes life very tough. I like this initiative.
The script is the same. We just have different actors with different people across the entire country. Whether it is banking, whether it is media, as you've just said, whether it's even construction, factory work, whatever. People watching Select, you know what I mean? People are working extremely long hours.
So you should take time to rest.
Take time to rest, and there's this thing that has become, we've glamorized stress and extensive working.
You need to work
so
hard.
you need to work hard. So if you're not giving 12 hours of your day, which is half your entire day, you are lazy at work.
That's a beautiful one. Please join them tomorrow at the University of Ghana.
At the University of Ghana. Just before we go, Philippa, we need to appreciate our kind partners and sponsors who are making this possible for us. So, Smith, do you want to mention something?
Yeah, so with the sponsors and partners, definitely the Mental Health Authority, ARCIS Communications, Eco Africa Network, Melbourne Capital, She Unfolds Initiative. So these are various partners and sponsors.
Beautiful. So join them at the Ghana Health and Labor Summit. That is tomorrow. And in studio, Manuel Kranti, who is the Executive Director for Mental Pulse Africa, and also Alexander Kevin Smith, who is also the lead communications lead for Mental Pulse Africa. Please join them and get to know something, get to learn something, how best you can go about your day-to-day activities when it comes to working, so you do not break down. It's very important. As an employee, you must not break down. Also, the employers must do the needful when it comes to these things. Good initiative there. But